This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV. It's Wednesday night. That means it's Wednesday lighting and kind of my DJ BS time where we're going to be just kind of rapping a little bit about the industry. We've got a couple of cool things we're going to talk about. Then we're going to get to a guest tonight. We've got James Keeley from Elation. James is a DMX software guy. This guy is really knowledgeable about DMX software, works with it, loves it, tech support for it. Great, knowledgeable man. And he's got an announcement for us. So we're going to be doing some cool things on Wednesday nights with James, and we're going to talk about that in our final segment tonight. And he's got a kind of an interesting thing he was a part of this week, and I wanted to kind of ask a little bit about that too. So James will be in our last segment tonight. Our first segment, we got a couple of cool things. First off, this past week in the DJ industry, the dates have been announced for the next Mobile Beat show. Mobile Beat is the Mobile Beat Las Vegas show. Will be in February of 2015, February 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It'll be at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas. That's where we've been for quite a number of years, and an establishment. I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, the Riviera. You know what? I've gone to a lot of conventions, and the Riviera, they do a fine job, and it works out because I'm there for the education, the networking, and such. It's, the hotel. I've gone to conventions where, truthfully, the hotel was a $200 a night hotel room, and it was a beautiful hotel. But did I learn anything more from that? No. So the hotel doesn't matter. Casino doesn't matter. What's important is the show. For next year, they're going to be doing something completely different. They've got the guys from the Entertainment Experience, our own Bill Herman and Jason Jones, and they're going to be creating something completely new. It'll be outside-the-box show. If you get a chance, go to Monday night's Bill and Jason show. You can go to DJNTV.com and go to the Bill and Jason, and you'll see Monday night's show. And they're talking a little bit about some of their thoughts and ideas that are going to be coming up for the show. But I've worked with these guys, Bill and Jason, for a long time. They are very knowledgeable and very good at staging and producing and putting things together, and I'm really excited how they and Mike Bonacorso are going to work together to create something incredible for next year. So again, the dates would be February 23rd, 24th, 25th of next year, and there's usually some different things on the outside, either side of it, of the show. So mark that on your calendar. Plan to be there for next year, because again, it's going to be a great time. I learned something, and I've been in this industry for a long time, starting back in 1986. Been there for a long time, and yet every time I go to a different DJ event, I'm learning something. It's one of those things. You gotta go. So that's coming up. That was really exciting. This past week, we started to have people signing up, not signing up completely, but basically signing up to get more information about our new virtual training program. The Disc Jockey News virtual training program is going to be launching on July 1st. What that is I've got a handful of contributors who are going to be creating 10 to 15 minute videos that are the level of content you would get going to a convention. So we've got a great team that are going to be creating the content for the virtual training. And I wanted to go through, I kind of talk to that. First off, we've got our own Bill Herman and Jason Jones from the Entertainment Experience. The guys, of course, are talking about staging and putting things together, that creating at your events. I don't want to go into too much detail, but they're going to be part of it. I've got Brian Red. Brian Red's going to be focusing on music in this particular one. He's going to be focusing on the history of and some of the little nuances with a lot of the music we play, and talk about building sets and doing. This is really going to open up some really cool doors for Brian, because Brian is a music nut. There's no other way to describe it. This is the guy, when you want to be doing music trivia, you want Brian on your side. And this is going to be an incredible. I'm excited for you guys to see some of the things that Brian's going to be doing with the virtual training. Mike Walter. Mike Walter, of course, is a multi-system guru who has spoken around the country. He's going to be bringing a lot of that information to us on our virtual training program. Let's see, Jeremy Breck. Jeremy Breck is doing a lot of things with lighting, doing very high-end events, and he's going to be bringing some of that information and knowledge to us. Mitch Taylor is a sales guy who really is focused on selling effectively, and getting that system set up. And Mitch will be bringing a lot of that to us in virtual training. Jake Palmer's a speaker who's been with us at the Disc Jockey News conclaves, and he's just has a variety of interests in his way of looking at things, is kind of coming from that everyman's way of looking at things. And yet he has some insights when he's spoken at the different conclaves, just some really cool things that a person gets a really great takeaway. And I think if you've read some of his articles, Jake's a little bit all over the board as far as doing different things and different interests, but yet he's really got some really insightful ways of looking at it. I think it's going to be a fun episode because Jake's kind of a character. Jason Janai is going to be coming in, and Jason has got a diverse background in creating brand and doing things online with social media, and he's going to be bringing some of that knowledge to our virtual training program. Rick Brewer is going to be talking wedding marketing. Rick is the Get More Brides guy, and he's been around nationally speaking, and he's going to be bringing some of that and really focusing on marketing and specifically the wedding marketing with his content for the virtual training. Glenn McKay. Glenn McKay is our Australian writer for the Disc Jockey News, and he's going to be bringing a variety of different things to us. Some of it's going to be in sales, some of it's going to be business, some of it's going to be motivational. Glenn's going to be just bringing a different voice, certainly a different accent to us, and I'm really looking forward to it because he's really has a lot of passion for the industry, and he's going to be really sharing some wonderful stuff for us. Jamie Bodie's going to be coming in talking a lot about the business, the actual numbers side of it. Sometimes that can be a little bit boring, but yet it's going to be something that we all need to do. We all need to be aware of numbers and really focus to make sure that number at the end is what's that we're coming out on the positive side. So Jamie's going to be focusing on that. And finally, on the team, we've got Robbie Britton. Robbie Britton has been doing games. This guy is doing a lot of kids' activities and games and what have you, and he's going to be bringing a lot of his games to us. So you're going to be able to pick up a new game or two or three in each episode. And we're really excited to have Robbie and his game world coming to the Disc Jockey News virtual training. Now, this doesn't replace a convention, don't get me wrong, but for a lot of us, sometimes we just can't afford to go to a convention, but yet the content there is so valuable. This is our way to be able to bring it to you, bring it right to your computer every month. There's 2 levels. You can subscribe as a level 1 or a level 2, and the difference really between the two is the amount of content you're going to get each month. But what will happen is that once you sign up, you will be getting a video whether it's every week, every 2 or 3 days, whatever, depending upon the subscription level, you'll be getting a new video. And that video will be the kind of stuff, again, you get at a convention. So you're going to have it. It's going to be right there. You'll be able to, as your subscription goes, you'll get a new video every certain amount of time, again, depending upon which level you are. And what's really cool is that you can go back and you can watch the older videos. Your subscription will give you access to whatever. If you start with us and you go forever, you'll have everything from our first video all the way through. And it becomes this library that you can access on your tablet or your smartphone or on your computer of content. Again, that's convention quality. I've already seen some of the videos that the guys are putting together, and there's some great stuff. The first month alone, as I'm looking at it, there's going to be things there that's going to pay for your whole year of your membership for it. So the virtual training program, what you need to do is go out to our website, and there's a link at the top that will take you to the sign up for the virtual training. That's not the sign up to choose one of the levels. All you're doing right now is just basically going there and signing up that you want to receive more information about the virtual training because I need to get you on that email list so that way I can send out and say, here it is, so you can be the first ones to subscribe when that starts. So the link, go to discjockeynews.com. The link virtual training will be at the top. Hit that, pop over there, fill it out. That won't put you on any more of our email lists. All it's going to do is basically put you on that specific one so that when something comes up, we're going to be launching it, you'll get first notification. So great stuff. The virtual training program, think of it as a DJ convention in your computer every month. Next, we're going to be talking to James. James, of course, is the software guru, we'll call him, from Elation, and he works with not only Elation, different things with Elation, he also is very, very savvy in the whole My DMX 2.0 from ADJ. Great man, known him for a long time, and I'm really excited to, let's just get to the interview so you can, kind of hear what's going to be happening. And next we've got a good friend of mine, James. Good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, doing well. For those of you who do not know James Keeley, James is, I want to get the title. He's with Elation. He is the lead software controller tech support guy. So basically, if you've got a question about DMX software, James is the guy. He can handle it for you.
Yeah, definitely. Most likely. Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah, I know how that is. By the time I say that he could handle it, there's always someone who's got this one. Can you make it do this?
Yes, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they ask me to, hey, can you reprogram the fixture to do this at this DMX value? I go, no, sorry,
It
can't.
just can't happen. Oh, cool. Well, let's for those of you who don't know they haven't met you before, James. Kind of take us through your experience here in the DJ industry.
I got my start many years ago. I was just looking around on the American DJ forums and trying to soak up as much knowledge as I could. I started to learn some things from other people. Then I'd see somebody else post kind of like a similar question, and then I'd jump in and answer it for them. And just sort of snowballed from there. Then I really got into DMX lighting and bought my first set of lights, American DJ. I just started learning as much as I could.
Sure.
And several years later, I ended up working for American DJ after winning the contest. And I met the owner, and I was like, hey, I want to work for you. You should find something for me to do. I think it'll be worth your while,
Uh-huh.
So I was hired a few months later, and here I am today.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So you've been then obviously in the DMX world for a long time. If you've been, I've known you in the industry for a long time.
Yeah, I've been entirely software based for as far as DMX control in my upbringing in DMX lighting. So most people are like, "Oh, I'm a console person. Not really a software guy." I'm a software guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of almost like a next generation type deal for this type of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to a lot of guys who started in the DJ industry back when I did, and must be just a little bit older. Did you were you when you first started in the lighting and got interested in it, were you back with the old analog systems, or have you basically been able to, when you jumped in it was DMX already?
Well, no, the first board I ever had was American DJ Elation DMX Operator 192.
Okay.
So I started with 192 channels.
Okay.
240 steps per chase.
Mm-hmm.
Limitation. And then when I got my taste of the software, I was like, whoa, this is way easier.
Yes.
I'm like, I can create a chase effect in like 5 seconds. If I wanted to create a chase effect on my 192, it'd take me like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, much more intuitive with the software and much quicker now, especially with some of the modern updates with the software. It's incredible.
I just took to it really easier than I did other things.
Nice. Well, that's very, very, very cool. So now, one of the things that we're going to be doing with James, we're going to be doing, every couple of weeks, we're going to be having James back, and you've been doing a lot of things with My DMX 2.0. Is that correct, James?
Yeah, we've done a lot with the software in the past couple months. We just put out a new update that allows for some new functionality that people have been asking for.
Nice.
We definitely have more stuff in the works that we've been promising users. We definitely are getting that out as soon as we can, but we're definitely very glad to have this latest release out from May 5th. I think it's probably one of the biggest updates we've had in the last 6 months.
Wow, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a lot of the people who are watching, what we're going to be doing is having James come in, and we're going to be programming, showing you how to utilize some of the lights, some of the common lights that are out there and very popular in the DJ industry. And we'll be kind of looking at individual and showing you how literally easy it is to be able to go and get started with DMX and DMX software. And in this particular case, we'll be looking at My DMX 2.0, which I'm really excited because I've seen some things. And for those people who've watched my videos, James, I'm not a really savvy DMX guy yet. I'm better than the light switches that I started with, turning lights on and off years ago. But
switch packs.
Yeah, no. Okay, so here's the sad reality. When I first started, literally what we did is we took the light switches from the walls, and we made boards with that, and they were attached, to plywood. We drilled them out, jigsawed holes so you could drop the switches in, and it was like red, blue, green. That was my first light show. So yeah, when you're talking DMX controllers right away out of the box, it's like, wow, I was older than that.
But this is a microphone cable, you know.
Yeah, back then that was exactly. It was like, why would you want it? How does that work with lighting? I have no idea.
Right.
So I'm really excited. This is going to be a lot of fun to be able to go and take some of the popular fixtures, because there's just so many incredible fixtures out from NAMM this year. Oh my gosh, there's some things out there that just really excited to be able to control them with software like we're talking about. So yeah, looking forward to it. So that'd be great. Good stuff. But probably the coolest thing that we want to talk about tonight. Now that's cool in itself, but Monday night, James, you went someplace, and I want to talk a little bit about that if we got a couple of minutes here.
Sure.
You went to, now what was the event? It was a WWE event, but what was the I don't follow it as much as I used to when I was younger. So
well, I was fortunate enough to get a
backstage pass.
Yeah, guest pass.
Nice. Now is
for Monday Night Raw, and there's ticket proof and everything.
So they call it Monday Night Raw. Okay. And again, for those of you who are into wrestling, I apologize. I'm not a real guru on wrestling, but I enjoy the showmanship, and that's really what I wanted to talk about. So you got a backstage pass. So you were able to see some things. Kind of where did they take you on the backstage pass?
We were taken everywhere backstage. We saw the props department, the seamstress stuff. I mean, there's the WWE people. There's nothing. Those guys are all self-reliant. They don't outsource anything for when they're doing the show. Everything travels with them. Everything goes with them. They have their own catering department, power, everything. They don't rely on any third party for most of their stuff. That's probably like small things, But it's just really cool, a really good experience to be back there. And if you're a lighting guy, you get to see Dimmer Beach, where all the cables come from the ceiling down into the power packs and stuff like that. So it's just a really fun experience. I mean, we were feet within all the wrestlers: Triple H, John Cena, some of the Wyatt brothers or whatever. I mean, I had to move out of the way for one of the Wyatt brothers guys who was so big and tall. It was like, whoa.
And you're not a short man. You're over 6 foot yourself, and they're taller than you.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking up at Shaq, or something.
So you mentioned, of course, you were backstage. Now, did you get to actually watch the show?
Yeah, we the other side was a ticket, and we were in probably lower level. We weren't ringside or anything, but we were a little bit further back, and right behind the area where they control all the lights and stuff. Of course, But yeah, I got to sit there and watch a whole Raw perform right in front of me.
Very cool.
It was pretty cool. It wasn't. You don't get to hear the announcers though. So JR and all that stuff, you don't get to hear them. So you're just kind of sitting there in almost silence for a little while until the ring announcer comes on. So I was like, oh, well, that's interesting.
So after the wrestlers are announced, then it's pretty much hearing them slap
after
across.
Their intro and they come in, then they it basically goes, the sound goes off and the lights for the crowd go down, then you're focused to whatever sound's coming in the ring.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Interesting. Yeah, it seems that when you're watching it on TV, there's just so much excitement and there's things going on and everything because of the announcers, I suppose.
Yeah. You get to see all the different camera angles, but live, your view is your view.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kind of that's one of the reasons my wife doesn't like baseball games, especially to go to them, because it's so boring and all you see is the view is your view. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be a neat experience. Now, from the lighting standpoint, now you said so they're hauling all their lighting and trussing and setting and striking. Wow.
Yeah, they literally break ground. They literally break ground at maybe 7 something in the morning, and I got there. I was backstage at 6, and everything was already set up, ready to go. It takes them a couple hours, probably to set it all up, and I mean, there's so much crew that it doesn't take them that long to set all that up, you know.
Wow.
So by now it's got to be an expedited process.
Oh, yeah. I'm
sure.
sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Very neat. Very neat. How did were you able to make any observations as you're watching? I mean, are they doing things with the crowd beyond, just are they doing anything to hype them up? Like at a baseball game, between innings, they'll do some things. Was there anything like that? Or is it just basically the show going on and they really didn't work the crowd to get them to a certain point?
With the wrestlers?
The wrestlers or they have, how did they do that?
Yeah, the wrestlers are the ones out there hyping up the crowd. Doing certain things that their fans know to make them cheer.
Just basically, so yeah, it's going from match to match, and
yeah, literally you get to watch some commercials on the screen when they're at a commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
But they play videos in between in the arena when it's on a commercial break.
Okay.
So it literally goes dark. They do a commercial break, and then the lights come back up. Then they're back on TV. And so sometimes it's even weird. They'd have somebody come out, cut to a commercial. So somebody who's out there, like Monday night, they had the Shield guys in the ring for like 5 minutes in the dark. After they'd come out with the lights on, the lights go off, and they're, and they're during the commercial break just waiting around. I'm like, God, that must be boring, So.
And then the lights come back on, and they take off like.
Yeah, if the lights go down everywhere, it's a commercial break. When the lights are up, it must be on air.
And then we go again.
Yeah.
Oh, very.
But we were sitting right by where the cameras are, like for that center shot.
Yeah.
And so you can see the red lights on the camera, so hey, this camera by me is airing what people are seeing. That's cool. It's like go up and move the camera.
Yeah. So now the audience now is, I've been to the Green Bay Packer game, and you're seeing the rabid fans at a Packers game. Is the audience for a wrestling event, is it like that, or is it more of a reserved crowd? How would you describe the audience?
Well, a lot of them are like people are yelling stuff, all the time. Just cheers and just people were yelling things all the time. Like no matter where you were in the crowd, I'm pretty sure. Like people behind me, they're yelling stuff. My friends that I brought with me who are real wrestling fans were yelling stuff. And then what's the funniest part was these two ladies come with like these two probably 8-10-year-olds or whatever. And people behind us start yelling stuff. I'm like, oh, these kids are hearing this stuff.
So obviously it's colorful language that they're using.
It's definitely a mixed crowd. But I mean, the ones that are really into it, you'll know where they are. They'll be the ones standing up, and yeah. Oh, definitely.
Good stuff. Yeah, my grandfather was a huge wrestling fan, so I grew up watching the AWA back in the metro area. So good stuff. Well, I'm really excited. In a couple of weeks, we'll get our first My DMX 2.0 show going, and we'll be having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, well, definitely, try to cover as much ground as we can.
Yeah.
How about anybody who has any questions?
Yep. Get a nice base if those who want to get started with DMX software. Give them something to get going with. So, James, thank you very much for your time, and you have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you, too.
Well, that's our show for tonight. We've got a lot of great stuff here tonight. Hopefully, get a chance to go to DJNTV.com, check out some of the other shows. You've got your Bill and Jason on Monday night, Tuesday night with Ben Stowe, which is always a gear-related, sometimes techie, sometimes not so techie, but there's a lot of great episodes there. Go to DJNTV.com. You can click on that, and you can go and see some of the back episodes. Wednesday night is our lighting chat night. Last week, we had Nick on, and oh my gosh, we had probably one of our best shows for the guys out there using foggers. If you use a fogger, you got to check out last week's show because we talked about maintenance of foggers. And then Thursday night is becoming one of our very, very popular nights with our Mobile Music Thursday, talking about the music that we play every week, how it's working, some of the things that are working, some things not, and getting some experience from different people around the country as Jason's interviewing different folks on maybe some songs you used to use but don't use anymore or have never used, and give you some ideas. So that's Mobile Music Thursday. Again, DJNTV.com. There's a link there. Click on that. You can check out the current show after 9:30 on Thursday nights, or you can go and check out some of the back shows. But again, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV for Wednesday night DJBS and Lighting Chat. Good night.